Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Reese Williams. I recently made a pretty big life shift. I retired. I get it. When people hear retirement, early retirement, they usually think of two things. Either you're a millionaire or you're bored out of your mind. For me, I was neither. It was a journey of unlearn everything I thought I knew about work, money, and most importantly, time. This video is called 5 Reasons I Retired at 55. The fifth reason might surprise you, so stay around for that one. Every one of these 5 reasons changed my perspective on what a good life actually looks like. Before we dive into reason number one, let me ask you, if you could stop working tomorrow, what's the very first thing you do with your Tuesday morning? Think about that, because for me, the answer was a lot more emotional than I expected. The first reason I retired early was a simple matter of survival. I needed to recover from burnout. Now, I spent 32 years working in logistics for UPS. If you've ever been in that world, you know it's intense. It's highly visible, there's constant hustle, and the pressure is immense. It just never stops. For over 3 decades, that level of stress became my normal. I didn't even know I was drowning because I had forgot what it felt like to be normal or not in a rat race. I remember the first few weeks after I officially stopped, I did nothing. And the less I did, the better I felt. That's when it hit me. I've been functioning under such high tension for so long that my health was starting to pay the bill. I'm not unique in this. A lot of us in our 40s and 50s are carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. We're so used to the grind that we forgot what peace was like, what it felt like. For me, retiring early wasn't about being lazy. It was about leaving while I still had enough health left to enjoy recovery. Now, reason number two is a bit more personal. I had to unlearn the bad lessons I was taught about money and replace them with better ones. I grew up in a family that didn't have much money. While I had some middle class family members, money was mostly a source of scarcity and fear in my house. There was no abundance mindset. The idea about building wealth was like a foreign language I didn't speak. So I followed the script: go to college, get a stable job, pay the bills, and work till you're 65. And that was the plan. But in my early 40s, I looked at my life and realized I had zero wealth built up, and I was just trading my life for a paycheck. I went on a reading binge of retirement planning books, wondering, did I do enough in life to retire and live comfortable? I had my pension and I had my 401k, working myself to the bone without paying attention to my health. I got cancer and that rocked my world. So after chemo and radiation and going into remission, I looked at life different. It was time to go. So you can't get that time back. I realized I had done enough to retire to be comfortable. You can't save your way to freedom. I stopped being afraid to leave the playing field everyone else was stuck on. Reason number three is something I started noticing in my late 40s, and it really haunted me. I watched so many people spend their entire lives chasing. Enough was enough. I saw colleagues and mentors who were waiting for that one last bonus or that one last promotion before they started living. They were sprinting toward a finish line that kept moving. And the heartbreaking part that some of them never reached it. I saw people work themselves into the ground only to pass away or get sick 6 months after they finally called it quits. I realized money is a ghost. If you don't define what enough is, you will chase it until the day you die, and you'll never actually find happiness. Happiness isn't waiting for you at the end of a 40-year career. It's something you have to claim while you still have enough health to enjoy it. I didn't want my eulogy to be a list of my professional achievements. I wanted to actually be there for my life while I was still in it. The fourth reason hit me during a corporate restructuring. I looked around and realized I was giving my best years, my best energy, and most creative thoughts to a big company that at the end of the day did not care. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. To a big corporation, you're a line item on a spreadsheet. You're a resource. I saw people who had given 30 years to a company and was let go on a 15-minute Zoom call because the metrics shifted. I decided I was done giving 40 to 60 hours a week to build someone else's dream while mine sat on the shelf. Why was I giving my prime daylight hours to people who would replace me in a heartbeat if it saved them 2% on the bottom line? I realized my time was the only thing I couldn't earn more of. I could always make more money, but I couldn't buy back the Mondays I spent in meetings. That didn't matter. I chose to stop being a number for them and started being a person for myself. Now, the fifth reason, the one that might surprise you, I retired because I wanted to learn how to be unproductive. Our society ties our self worth to our output. We feel guilty if we aren't crushing it or leveling up. Even in retirement, people ask, what are you doing with all that time? Like I'm supposed to have a new business plan ready to go. The most radical thing I've done is learn to just be, to sit with a cup of coffee and watch the birds for 20 minutes without checking my phone, to take a walk because the sun is out, not because it's on my fitness schedule. I retired because I wanted to detach my identity from my productivity. I wanted to find out who I was when I wasn't producing anything for anyone else. And let me tell you, that person is a lot happier than the one with that impressive job title. Retirement at 55 wasn't a quitting of my life. It was a starting of a life that I actually controlled. None of this was about hitting some magic lottery number. It was about realizing that the system is designed to keep you working until you're too tired to question it. Once I stopped, I realized how much room there was to actually breathe. And if you're sitting there today feeling like a number or feeling like you're chasing a ghost, I want you to know it's okay to start planning your exit. It might be a year, it might be 5 or 10, but the moment you decide time is more valuable than the paycheck, everything changes. I love to hear from you. What's one thing that's holding you back from choosing your time over your title? Let's talk about it in the comments. If this resonated with you, I love you to subscribe. We're building a community here of people who are reclaiming their lives, and I love for you to be a part of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.